Hello class and welcome to section 7.5, which is adding and subtracting polynomials. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to add and subtract polynomials. So a reminder, polynomial are these multiple pieces that we put together through adding and subtracting. Our goal with adding and subtracting is to find the like terms and put them together. So we're looking for those pieces that match up, and we're going to try and put them together. So previously when we would have done this, we would have had a problem like 2x plus 7y plus 9x minus 10y. And we wanted to put together our like terms, so we would have looked and we would have said 2x's plus 9x's is 11x's. And 7y's minus 10y's give you negative 3y's. So we were looking at different variables to put them together. Now we have to pay attention to our different letters as well as our different exponents. So you need to make sure everything matches in order to have it add up. We also want these to end up in standard form, so we're going to start with our biggest exponent first. So we've got, in this first polynomial, we have a 2x squared, and then we are adding that to negative 4x squared. So when we combine those, we get negative 2x squared. Now we're going to move to the next biggest exponent, which is x and y. Remember, each of those have an exponent of 1, giving them a total exponent of 2. So we've got 5xy, again adding, and then in the second part, we've got 6xy, giving us a total of 11xy. So again, going through and combining our like terms. Now we've got negative 7y added to added to 3y. Negative 7 plus 3y gives me negative 4y. And then going through this last piece, we have no x's over here, so we've got nothing. And then we've got plus 5x, giving us just 5x. So for our final answer, we're going to put all of that together, which is going to give me negative 2x squared plus 11xy. And then to keep the last part in alphabetical order, we're going to have plus 5x minus 4y. If you wrote minus 4y plus 5x, that's also okay, but we want to try and keep those in alphabetical order. So again, our goal here is to put together the like terms. Go ahead and try this one on your own. So we end up with 3y to the third plus 4y squared minus y plus 3, looking at each of those like pairs. Subtracting is going to be the same process, but again, you want to pay attention to those like terms and to the symbols. So we start by looking for our biggest exponent, which is to the third. There is no third in the first part, so we've got nothing minus negative b to the third. Minus a negative is going to give me positive b to the third. All right, then we're going to go through and look for b squared. We have that piece, so we've got b squared minus, and there's no b squareds in the second piece, which is just going to give us regular old 5b squared. Then we've got this 8ab, again, exponent of 1 on each, so we've got 8ab minus, and then we've got 12ab, which is going to give me negative 4ab. So negative 4ab. And then we've got our last piece, which starts out with the negative 10. So we've got negative 10 minus 7, giving us negative 17. So we went through again and combined each of our like terms to get an answer for each part. And we end up with a final answer of b to the third plus 5b squared minus 4ab minus 17. Putting it all together for one final answer. Go ahead and try this one on your own. So you end up with negative a squared, or negative 1a squared, minus 6a plus 8. Lastly, we have a word problem. It said an electronics store is starting to track the sales of cell phones and iPads. The equations below represent the number of cell phones, C, and the number of iPads, P, sold in M months. Find an equation for the total T each month, and then find the total for 10 months. So it's asking us to find a total, and if you remember, total means addition. So I'm going to have to add my two equations together. Again, looking at my like terms, I've got 4m plus 7m, which is going to give me 11m. And then my second piece is 78 plus 137, which is going to give me 215. So my equation then is going to be 11 total T is equal to 11m plus 215. So that takes care of finding my equation. Now it asks us the total for 10 months. So I'm going to go ahead and say T is equal to 11 times 10 plus 215. When I do 11 times 10, I end up with 110, and 110 plus 215 is going to end up with 325. And then if we go back and we are looking, we're going to find the total for 10 months, so that means 325 devices have been sold during that time. If you have questions about this or anything else from the lesson, please let me know when you get to class.